also have some showers and storms across northern Arkansas.
I was in the newsroom at 5 o'clock.
Graduated. I just looked.
People in Henryville, make your plans now. And just within.
I even sat in the chair.
Kids were just dismissed, weren't
Made.
You joined us. Thank you so much. I'm Vivian Brown.
Minneapolis to Evansville. This goes until 6 o'clock, and we may have to have a watch come out soon in Oklahoma because storms are firing there too.
Oh, yes. We're watching for hailstones, high winds, and tornadoes even. So our own Jen Carfagno is in the weather lab tracking these storms.
All right, a lot going on, guys. I want to give an update on the storms we've been tracking throughout the day that have been moving through Ohio into the cell right here. Still has the potential for some hail. We have thunderstorm warning until 2:30. And an area, guys, that is from Oklahoma City to what we're looking at here is our forecast radar, and this is a forecast for 7:30 tonight.
prepare. Let's bring in
Company, right?
Are getting pummeled by hail right here at this time. Now we are tracking this cell as it moves off to the south and east over towards Pea Ridge by 308 and Richwoods at 326. This storm cell certainly has had reports of hail. We're going to send it over to our Dr. Greg Forbes to get a look, Greg, at sort of the inside of this storm. How about an MRI of the storm, as you like to call it?
Yeah, indeed. And I certainly want to warn people going up.
Still producing.
Not to mention, this storm is moving across some roads here.
Down and radiates and heats up the atmosphere. That can destabilize things around here. But we are generally outside of the So we are here in Wichita. That's to our southeast, and it's popping over there. It's also popping down in Oklahoma.
Control parts of the U.S. about ready to head into southwestern Virginia with some severe thunderstorm warnings. The big picture for the rest of the evening, though, is likely to be this one. You can see the jet stream blasting in. You can see a little bit of a surge of upper Oklahoma border back along that dry line. The other cluster of storms is out in the midst of that real deepest moisture well to the south of Kansas City, north and east of Chanute. Definitely a tornado here. Based on the radar, it is still containing large amounts of debris.
Jeff has got the tornado right now. Let's go to Jeff Morrow Live. Jeff? Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, hear you.
We got you. Yeah, okay. Okay, have the tornado, a big...
There's only one tornado that night, and it
just happened to be right in downtown Atlanta.
Happy to talk.
Potentially a destructive, dangerous, if not deadly, to Arkansas, where one of the first severe thunderstorms popped today. But then north and east from there, Memphis. It's got
It's so many bathers. I mean, I've always been a winter enthusiast, so I love the snow.
Okay.
But I do like summer too. I like every season. Whatever season we're in, I love it.
Okay, you're trying not to offend any season.
Regulon. Tony again. Now Norgard. Zanka. Anderson lifted in and Edison claimed it.
Airport of commercial jetliners sitting in floodwater. That's what it was like. Those waters have receded, the airport is slowly reopening, and planes are taking off again. But here along the coast, it's a different series of problems. Not just the flooding inland, but right here on the coast, major erosion issues because of back-to-back-to-back atmospheric rivers. The first way I can show you that is right here. You can see right on the beach the drop-off of several feet down as the ocean water has come in and just eroded the beach away. Beach replenishment will clearly be necessary. Looking a little further out on the coast, you can see that point of land and how the trees are very close to the edge. Major erosion on that coastline too. That is a public park, and several of the coastal sidewalks have actually fallen in and are unusable, dangerous at this point in that public park on the point. Now let's go through some video 10 miles down the coast to Isla Vista, California, and this is remarkable. Santa Barbara County used drone video to give us the perspective.
Hey, Grandma, can I have chocolate?
You want chocolate? Okay. Need your football?
Yeah.
Come on.
It's 3 ER.
Coming?
Yes.
Did you wipe your butt?
No, I tried.
Active, I was involved in church work and doing radio. On those days where I wasn't involved in ministry, I was weight training and doing a lot of cardio.
One day while out walking, 43-year-old Harley experiences something out of the ordinary.
I first experienced symptoms of irregular heartbeat or heart palpitations. It felt as though someone was standing right on my chest.
Harley is generally healthy, but overweight by more than 65 pounds, with a family history of heart disease.
My father died of a heart attack at 65. My oldest brother also died of a heart attack. So I was concerned whether there was some kind of a link to these palpitations and his death. It did occur to me that the exercise itself might have been the cause of the heart palpitations.
Since Harley's heart rate quickly returns to normal, he doesn't seek medical attention. But the symptoms return a few weeks later in a much more dramatic way. One night, Harley awakens with a racing heart.
The next episode was when I was sleeping. The palpitations were longer. It was quite terrifying.
Afraid that he might be having a heart attack, his wife DeWanda rushes Harley to a nearby emergency room.
Harley presented to the emergency room with symptoms of chest pain, palpitations, shortness of breath.
Let's get him hooked up on an EKG.
EKG and echocardiogram tests confirm Harley's worst fears.
It was like almost a refrain from a song. I knew it was coming, and sure enough, they said that you are diagnosed with atrial fibrillation.
Atrial fibrillation is an irregular heart rate that causes a very irregular and fast heart rate that may put people at risk for a stroke.
They said,
Mystery. Oh. Secrets of your weather is honest. Oh. Severe weather. Cover.
At Jiffy Lube, it's our job to make sure you...
Hey, we're on the train too.
Just had a phone. You may want to go to him. I'm wrapped in rain here, trying to get a visual on this thing to the west of Toronto. It looks like it's going to be east of the road that I'm on, headed south. But I've got no visual because of the rain and the hail.
Okay, let's go to Chris McBee here. Chris?
Yeah, Mike, I've got Gabe Shaw holding the camera out the right side right now. Intermittent touchdowns. It sounds like we had a cone funnel just a few minutes ago. Cone funnel still. Like I said, it's intermittent touchdowns. We're just getting absolutely blasted with wind. It's hard to hear anything right now with this, with the way this is set up. But I'm hoping I can make a turn up there and give you a better shot. But intermittent touchdowns down here south of Geronimo, Mike.
Okay,
What is it?
very good. Thank you so much for the report, guys. You all stay safe out there. So we're going to go ahead and kind of back out of all this. You folks in Duncan.
How many
So
truck
we'll
loads are happening today?
That's just 3 right now. Duncan.
Three.
It's not moving very much, which is good. It's still out there
About
near
the
the
truck
county
cheese.
line. but a tornado warning continues there from Duncan to the west, and also for Geronimo down into the Walters area, and a tornado warning out here. Let's go to Mike Bennett. Mike Bennett's in Shattuck, so she's tracking this next line of storms coming in from the Texas Panhandle. Mike Bennett is in Shattuck right now. This is beginning of round 2 or phase 2, if you will, and we're going to have severe weather, folks, at least from 10 to 11 p.m. tonight, so we have a long row here to go. So we're watching the 10 p.m. Mike Bennett near Shattuck.
Okay, Mike, I'm actually north of Shattuck on the highway that goes to Follette, and getting ready to go back to Shattuck because this storm out here in Perryton is probably going to track towards Shattuck and Woodward later, but we're getting ready to turn around and go back. We're kind of heading west into the Texas Panhandle, but I'm having second thoughts here. I think I'm going to get down to Shattuck in case this thing turns right just a little bit. And we'll get west of Shattuck and have a good visual on it. Thank you.
Okay, let's go ahead and go back down to southwest Oklahoma. Tornado warning continues Duncan west. Let's get an update.
Let's see. I love good weather coverage.
Is over French Lick right now, and we've got some very
and
Does Susie's on?
It said Judge Julie on, not Jeff is on. Yesterday it said Judge Julie too, but it was not on.
The latest anywhere.
I'm still hungry. Hey, Grandma. Do you got a surprise snack for me? Do you got a surprise snack for me? A surprise snack. A surprise snack.
Need
what? I want to know, do you got a surprise snack for me?
Your next rugged truck and SUV waiting.
Yeah, we're looking at some very heavy rainfall overspreading the
Well, I want a surprise snack anyway.
Later today, weather aware. Uttered severe.
I think the next several hours, although there's going to be a chance for scattered showers and storms, I think through County, through Orange County, these are racing off towards the northeast. So if you reside to the north of the Ohio River in southern Indiana, yeah, you first will see scattered showers and storms. One or two of those could be strong with some gusty winds, maybe a little bit of hail, but I believe the main threat for any severe weather is going to come later on tonight. And from this zone, I should say, off to the west. Look at all that red shading. Those are tornado watches right now, and many of these are what we call PDS tornado watches, particularly dangerous situations as we have the threat for those large, long track tornadoes in this zone right now. Now, this is off to the west of us, and you can see the real estate that this encompasses all the way from the upper Midwest down into eastern Texas, a regional severe weather outbreak. For us, as you approach Interstate 65, the instability is much less. Yes, there's still a threat for strong to severe storms late this evening through the early overnight, but those big, long-track tornadoes, I'm not anticipating that in our viewing area.
Oh.
If you... Enough. Hey, outside hours. The middle 50, 4 o'clock in the morning, that's when it's going to be drifting in from the west. So you can see we're still fair for now. A few high clouds are trying to increase. There's the thicker moisture, and the farther west you go, boy, there's that rain right there in Missouri and Arkansas. That's what's going to get here late tonight and stick around through the first half of tomorrow. Big storm system, a lot of energy batch.
All right.
Fact that will include Lanesville as well, and could be pushing or at least approaching the New Albany area and even the metro within the next half hour. So this storm system is providing some rotation, enough where we're issuing this tornado warning, in effect for Harrison County, rotation in and around the Dixie area, heading toward Corden. We do have Mo Rose here as well. Do you see any updates from the National Weather Service?
They have trimmed back the tornado warning, so they have gone ahead and canceled the tornado warning for Crawford and Meade County, but it is still intact for Harrison County. So if you do live in that red blinking box, you're going to want to make sure you stay in your safe place until that tornado threat is gone. At this point, they are going to keep this going until, I believe, 5 o'clock.
Okay.
And it is, like you said, it is racing, and we are seeing that rotation really tightened up the last couple of scans. So we got to watch this one closely. But it is moving quickly. If you do live in Meade County, you are okay. You can come out of your safe spot. In Crawford County, same deal. But Harrison County, please stay in place until this warning expires.
Yeah, and this storm, again, the rotation looks pretty impressive here. With the bright greens and the bright reds right next to each other. That's where we're having some of the strongest rotation, and we've been noticing some of the winds aloft have been very strong higher up in the atmosphere, and these winds are mixing down to the surface, especially when severe thunderstorms form. And not only do we have this tornado warning in effect here for portions of Harrison County, we also have a much larger polygon, the yellow-orange polygon. That's a severe thunderstorm warning, which just goes to show damaging winds are what we're expecting within that polygon. And that is impacting a large portion of our viewing area, just approaching Floyd's Knobs, New Albany, and eventually the metro. I imagine the severe thunderstorm warning will expand to the east. We're going to watch this tornado warning here because this one could expand as we head off to the east as well here, because these storms are going so quickly at this hour and just having some really strong winds associated with it. So not only the strong winds, we have the rotation that we're going to be watching closely. I'm going to zoom in to see if we can get a few more town names in here for you, just to show you where the rotation is at the moment. Lots of lightning associated with it. Looks like the rotation pretty much right on top of Corden right now. So get to your safe spot. Get as many walls between you and the outside to keep yourself protected. If you happen to have a helmet or anything like that, you can put that on. Maybe get into a bathroom or a bathtub. If you don't have a basement, make sure that bathroom is within the inside of your house, the interior portion. Again, many walls between you and the outside. This rotation now right around the Corden area, taking a trip here over toward King's Store. So if you're watching us in King's Store or Breckenridge, take cover as well. Get to your safety spot and put as many walls between you and the outside. Not only do we have some of this rotation, we have some very strong winds between White Cloud and Dixie as well. Look at that brighter green here. That's indicative of 60, perhaps 70 miles per hour. The storm system moving off to the north and to the east. But look at this much larger polygon, the orange and yellow polygon as well, including Brandenburg, including Radcliffe, down into Litchfield as well. We have very strong storms rolling through the region. So we're going to get rid of velocity here and just pop up. We have here velocity there as well, showing the rotation. Let me just give you an idea of some of that rotation one more time before we talk about the severe thunderstorm warning. Zooming into Corden, and very similar to what we saw on our reflectivity and our velocity maps here. You just see the reds and the greens touching each other. That's where some of the worst of the rotation is, in and around the Corden area. We're going to pop up reflectivity for you just to show you some of the heavier rain and the stronger storms that are pushing through as well. Pop up reflectivity for you, and we will zoom out just a little bit. Here's that storm that is tornadic for the moment. It is radar indicated for now. and you can see very impressive lightning, strong winds associated with it, and again, rotation. So within this red polygon, if you're just tuning in right now, tornado warning until about 5 o'clock this evening. That includes the city of Corydon and a good chunk of Harrison County here. So also includes a good chunk of 64. So hopefully there aren't too many people out on the roadways. The storm system also moving toward Lanesville at the moment, moving toward Georgetown with a lot of rotation and impressive rotation too that we're keeping a close eye on. But there are areas outside of Harrison County, of course, that have severe thunderstorm, at least severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. And that includes Brandenburg, that includes Irvington, Hardinsburg, Radcliffe. This is very strong in terms of the wind speed. So winds, again, gusting to perhaps 70 to even 70 or higher.
Real quick, I'd like to see if we can slow down the loop and maybe just kind of put it still just so we can show where it is, just because it's moving kind of quick, and I want to make sure the viewers are able to see where the storm is right now. And if I can help you with that, maybe
you want to pop up links one?
The links or links two. I'm just trying to take over for a minute. I didn't want to step on your toes here, but I'm going to put just 0 laps, so you can go ahead and take a look. But at this point, just because it was moving so fast, we want to make sure everyone knows exactly where this storm is right now, and who needs to be in their basements.
They just cancel the warning, or looks like it disappeared on my map at least. Looks like that warning has been canceled for the moment. If you don't mind, Mo, checking.
Crawford and Meade County, it has been canceled, but currently it should be wrapping up.
Yeah.
We're going to take a look. Either way, just zooming out and looking how large this storm is. And that line, that is going to be headed towards the western edge of the metro within the next 20 minutes or so. So we do have to be watching this entire storm closely.
Yeah, and this line, it's approaching the metro, Mo. So winds associated with it, gusting to 60 or higher. Could have some winds gusting to 70.
And they're extending it. They are continuing it, and it is now going to be continued into Floyd and Harrison County until 5:15. So this thing is flying. We don't have the red box up there yet, but just know that we've got a tornado warning that was issued. They just continued where that original rotation was and extended it a little bit more. So what we're watching, if you keep an eye on Floyd and Harrison, yes, that is what we got to watch for right now. If you want to switch over and check on the rotation. Either way, these are some fast-moving storms. They're packing a punch right now.
Yeah, and the quicker they move, sometimes the stronger the winds are within that storm, because it's adding not only the atmospheric winds that we've already had today, the windy conditions, but also the speed of the storm adds to that strength as well. So there's that tornado warning. This does include areas just to the north and west of Louisville. So we are watching this closely. We'll zoom in. It includes a good portion of 64. So that box that we had, the tornado polygon that we were just covering, that included Harrison County. They dropped it because they were extending and putting out the new tornado warning. So again, in Corydon, stay in your safe spot for now. You are still included in that new tornado warning here. Georgetown is now in that tornado warning, the new tornado warning that has now been issued. We'll zoom in here. You can actually still see some of that rotation that we're keeping an eye on here. Just to the north and east of Corydon, we're seeing some of that rotation. And these very strong winds, too. The bright greens you see here, that's indicative of winds gusting to perhaps 60 miles per hour or so. But if a tornado forms and touches down, winds, of course, will be stronger. So if you live within this red polygon, be sure to take cover. This includes Floyd's Knobs. This includes Georgetown, Lanesville. Again, Corydon, stay in your safe spot for now. Still some rotation nearby and some strong winds pushing through the area. New Albany, I would take cover too. If you're watching us in New Albany, get to your safe spot as these strong winds are heading your direction, and some rotation heading your way as well. But some very strong winds and some rotation that we're watching closely, heading quickly off to the north and east. So you may think you have time with rotation still in Harrison County if you're watching us in New Albany, but the storm is moving so quickly. I would prepare early and prepare ahead of time. So get into your safe spot if you live if you live in New Albany, I should say. Also, Floyd's Knobs, get into a safe spot as well as the storm moves off to the north and to the east. I want to put it in motion one more time here, and we'll pop back to show some of the activity. Associated, so Corydon, Crandall, Georgetown, Waynesville, getting to your safe spot. As the storm that potentially could drop a tornado is moving into your area, so I would definitely get to a basement. If you don't have a basement, get into an interior room. That means put as many walls between you and the outside because you want as much protecting you. You don't want to be near windows or anything like that. So the strong storm also has a severe thunderstorm warning associated with it to cover the strong, potentially damaging winds associated with it. Of course, those winds will be stronger if a tornado does spin up, and that's why a tornado warning has been issued here. This red polygon.
Wow. I did it. Yay. Drinking. Yay. Kentucky, yay.